So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
After taking a look at the patriotic movie favorites across the first half of the US in Part 1, we're back to explore the rest of the country. Streaming Observer and Mindnet Analytics crunched the numbers to find out which patriotic movies top the charts in each state. Here's what they found for the next batch of states. For many in Michigan, Argo is a hit. The Ben Affleck-led film is based on the true story of the Iran hostage crisis in the late 70s, early 80s. It won the Oscar for Best Movie in 2013. People in Minnesota seem to be pretty interested in The Patriot. The film is set during the American Revolution and stars Mel Gibson. Those in Missouri and Oklahoma opted for Sands of Iwo Jima. This John Wayne movie is a dramatized retelling of the World War II Battle of Iwo Jima, Japan. The film received 4 Oscar nominations, including John Wayne for Best Actor, his first nomination in the category. It won no awards. The classic How the West Was Won is the top patriotic film for people in Montana. The movie tells several different stories about the history of westward expansion in the 19th century. The football movie Remember the Titans, starring Denzel Washington, is #1 for many in Nebraska and Ohio. The movie is about more than just football. It chronicles race relations in America using football as the vehicle to tell the story. Black Hawk Down is a top patriotic film for New Hampshire's population. A real-life army mission in Somalia inspired this action-packed 2001 war movie. Sylvester Stallone may be from New York, but his Rocky IV movie is super popular in New Jersey. Back in the 80s, the film won 5 Golden Raspberry Awards, including Worst Actor and Worst Director for Stallone. Somewhat appropriately, New Yorkers appreciate Yankee Doodle Dandy. The 1942 musical chronicles the real life of Godfather of Broadway, George M. Cohan. Tom Cruise's Top Gun seems to be a hit in North Carolina. The film follows Navy fighter pilots, and even the movie poster has a big American flag behind Tom Cruise. Many in Oregon seem interested in Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier, 1955. Walt Disney Productions was involved with this film. Based on the data analyzed, Oregon was one of the states with the least amount of interest in patriotic films, but this Davy Crockett movie was still a top pick. It's no surprise that Gettysburg is Pennsylvania's #1 patriotic film. The movie chronicles the 1863 Civil War battle that took place in the Gettysburg area. People in Rhode Island and Wisconsin seem to enjoy Flags of Our Fathers. This 2006 movie is about Iwo Jima, specifically about the 6 men who hoisted the flag at the end of the Battle of Iwo Jima. Those in South Carolina seem to have an affinity for Forrest Gump. Parts of this Tom Hanks cult classic were filmed in South Carolina. In South Dakota, the top movie was The General, released all the way back in the 1920s. The General is a silent movie starring Buster Keaton and is set during the American Civil War. Tennessee and Virginia's patriotic pick was Gods and Generals. The 2003 movie starring Stephen Lang, Jeff Daniels, and Robert Duvall covers the rise and fall of Thomas Stonewall Jackson, a famous Confederate general during the American Civil War. The top patriotic movie for many in Texas is Stripes. This is one of the few comedies that made the list. Bill Murray stars in this film about a man who joins the Army because he doesn't know what else to do. Patriot Games is a hit for many in Utah and Washington. Starring Harrison Ford, this movie is about a CIA analyst who interferes with an assassination. Many in Wyoming have Glory at the top of their list. This film stars Denzel Washington in a tale about one of the first all-black volunteer units that fought during the American Civil War.